The easiest way to describe the Pokemon series would probably be this. That was the sound of me banging my head against the keyboard a few times. If you don't get what I was trying to imply by doing that, then here's an artist's representation of what you, the viewer, looks like right now. So anyways, Pokemon has always been Nintendo's cash cow, there's no denying that. Or behind like Mario. No, probably Mario would be behind Pokemon. Like Pokemon, they got the anime, cartoon, whatever, they got the movies, they got the merchandise, card game, and of course the video game, which is what I'm gonna be talking about today. But there are a lot of Pokemon. You have Hydrogen, Tom Clancy, Revolver Ocelot, you have Exploud, you have Eggs, let's see who else, you have the Greninja number 1, Greninja number 2, and of course my favorite Pokemon, Voltorb. I really like its design, it's simplistic but it's pretty cool. But everyone only cares about Pikachu, come on. And I don't really get it why. I mean, I guess he's the mascot, but they could have chosen any Pokemon to be a mascot, and they just had to choose Pikachu. I don't know, I don't like Pikachu's design, honestly. But whatever, I guess it's the game maker's decision who becomes the mascot. Anyways, that's really all I have to say in the review part of the section. If I say anything else, it'd probably be just repeating myself when I got to the ratings part. So, whatever. I'll catch you later for that. Well, it'll be later for me, but it's gonna be instant for you guys. How it works is, I rate the series on 10 different things, and for each thing I give it a score from 0 to 10. Then I add all the scores up to give up 0 to 100, and that's the final score. So the first thing I rate the series on, and well, this time for the series for this video is Pokemon. I'm planning to do like a bunch of other series, as I just decided to choose Pokemon first one, so why not? The first thing is Combat. And it's kind of self-explanatory. It's like how the game handles fighting, or whatever. This is probably the thing I'm going to talk about the most. I have never liked Pokemon's combat system, because it's just so dull, I guess. I don't know, it's like one-on-one battles always. I think occasionally you get like 2-on-2 or 3-on-3, whatever. I know in the X and Y you had like the group battles where like it'd be one of your dudes, Pokemon, whatever, versus like 5 really weak Pokemon. I think that happened in like caves. I know that happened to me when I had Pokemon X. But then that's bad enough, but you can only equip 4 skills at a time on every Pokemon. And they do learn a bunch of really cool skills, but you can only have 4 of them at a time, so what the heck? And that's pretty much all I have to say about that. So I'm gonna give the combat a, I don't know, 6 out of 10. And I don't know, while it's still really simple, it's still pretty good. It's alright. I mean, I know that combat's not even really the main focus of the game, it's collecting the Pokemon. But I can't give any free rides no matter what the series is, so sorry Pokemon, you got an alright score there. And the next thing is sound, and oh, let's do a plus, and music. So this is also pretty self-explanatory. Like this is the game series, in this case Pokemon. The sounds, the sound effects, and the game's music, easily a 10 out of 10. Pokemon, it's made by Nintendo, so you have to expect to have good music. Sounds are cool, the bleep bloops and whatnot. The next thing is menu design. I don't know, menus, nothing really to complain about them, they've always been good. So that's another 10 out of 10. And next is, I actually have to increase this a bit. Hold on. There we go. Let's increase it as I add more stuff to the scoring sheet. Next thing is graphics. The graphics are pretty good. That's the menu design. That's self-explanatory. I forgot to say what those are, but all these are already self-explanatory, except for one thing which I'll have to explain, which is difficulty, because I grade that kind of weirdly. The graphics, I'd have to say maybe 8 out of 10, since I'm judging the entire series. A lot of the Pokemon games have had really good graphics for their time, but one of the games that really puts it down is Gen 5, which is like black and white and whatnot. That was a pretty late DS game that still used like sprites. What the heck? They didn't jump on the full 3D train yet. They did have like thick 3D backgrounds, but like 2D sprites. So yeah, well, all the other games have had really good graphics. It's just, since the whole series, I think I've already said that, but that brings the score down. The next thing is difficulty, which I just talked about. So the way difficulty scoring works is, like, a 0 would either be that the game is extremely easy or extremely difficult, and like a 10 would be the game's balanced perfectly. So I'd have to give it probably a 9 out of 10. Yeah, I mean, Pokemon, it's always been pretty balanced. Sometimes there are certain, like, I guess boss fights, trainer fights, whatever, in the series which is like extremely difficult. I don't know, I can't name any, like, examples, I just know that they are existent. Overall, Pokemon series, it's supposed to be a casual, mostly game, but like not too casual. Like, there are like hardcore people, players, like tournaments and whatever. So I'll just give it a 9. I don't know, I don't want to give it a 8 or a 10. And the next thing is customization. Yeah, I kind of linked that to the combat. I guess the customization comes in how there's so many Pokemon. There's like 750 right now. But you can only have 6 of them on your team at a time and 4 moves each, so I think 24 moves, and I don't know. I'm just gonna give that a 7 out of a 10. So next, what's on my list? Story. Pokemon games, I guess the focus really isn't on the story. They do try to have stories, but they're not really usually that good, because the goal is just to become the Pokemon Master, which I think is what the story was in the first few games. And like Gen 5 and 6, they had the freaking Team Plasma and the Team Flare or whatever. And when they do try to do the story, it's not that good. It's alright, but not amazing, so I'd have to give the story 8 out of 10. Next is Pain. This one's self-explanatory, come on. It's a really kiddie game. It's E10, or E probably, there might have been one that's E10. I don't know if an rated M Pokemon game exists, like Call of Duty Pokemon Edition, so Pain 0 out of 10. I'm sorry, Pokemon. But it's gonna really damper the final score, which kinda sucks. Man, this menus can't increase it that much. Why did I say menu? The page. But actually, wait. Alright, I just got confused for a second, I'm fine now. Coolness. Also self-explanatory, how cool everything is. Visuals and whatnot. Yeah, really self-explanatory. The moves look pretty cool. Like, I don't know, that their moves, their abilities, their attacks, whatever. 8 out of 10. Alright. And that brings us down to the last thing I rated on, which is voice acting. Period. Shortening acting. 0 out of 10. I don't think there's been a main series Pokemon game that's had it. Like, I think there's a lot of the spin-offs have had voice acting. Like, I think the Coliseum games have like the announcer. The voice acting in the anime, that was pretty good. Not amazing, but good. But I'm rating on the game, not the friggin' anime or the movie. So, yeah, it's gonna have to give it a 0, unfortunately. So now for the total score. Alright, I'm gonna have to add this up. So 6, 10, 16, 26, 34, 43, wait, no. I don't think that's right. No, I'll just give it a 70 out of 10, I don't know. Or 100, excuse me. So yeah, final score, it's looking alright. Man, I guess it's kind of a bad score to give it, cause I rate things on stuff that games don't even have. Not much pain or voice acting in the main series. To remind you, keep that in mind. Pain, I don't know if you consider like the fact that the Pokemon are getting hurt or like feigning or fighting, like for the trainer's amusement, whatever. Like all those crazy parents who say, "Oh, Pokemon's a product of the devil. Oh my goodness. I saw my son Billy playing this game. I think he's a Satanist." Or whatever. But I don't know, they aren't dying, they're just feigning. Stuff faints in real life all the time. I think it's not really different from real life. And if kids are in real life and real life isn't that painful, then the people, they should be able to play the game and painful. I don't know, I was just trying to say. I think, I don't know, I'm just gonna erase this word, so I'm probably gonna offend someone on Tumblr. Alright, there you go. So that was the ratings. This is the first in a series of videos I want to do, and each of the videos I review a series. I want to emphasize this, the entire series. I want to stand out from the other YouTubers. I don't want to do like a single game or a bunch of games, like RPGs, every single RPG game in existence, or like just a single game, like, I don't know, Dragon Quest 58. No, I review the entire series, so I want to do videos on a bunch of popular series, and if you guys have any suggestions for series that I should review, then put them in the comments or whatever. But this is my first one. I think it was pretty well. It's a pretty good final score, total score, whatever. So I guess I'll see you guys next time. Bye.